Hey guys, let's take a look at a color grading technique that will instantly make your footage look more cinematic. Hey guys, before we get into this technique, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. And if you haven't already, follow me over on Twitter. All the links to all my socials will be in the description below. Okay, I'm going to show you some footage now and you can let me know which version looks more cinematic. We have this compared to this. We have this compared to this, and this footage here, either this version or this version. Now if you set the second version of each clip, let me show you how we accomplish that. Here we are in Premiere Pro. Obviously we have the footage on the right. On the left we have the vector scope, which as you can see shows the distribution of colors and the saturation. So let's scrub through the timeline. Here you can see the original footage, and now you can see the color graded footage, and keep an eye on the vector scope. Again, here's the original footage and the color graded footage for that particular clip. And the same thing with the last one. Here's the original footage and the color graded footage. I'll run through those clips one more time, and again, keep your eye on the vector scope. So the technique to make your footage look a little bit more cinematic is to reduce the variation of colors. So the idea here is to push colors more towards other colors. So let's say you want to push red more towards orange, maybe yellow a little more towards orange, and maybe some deep blues a little more towards cyan. So here's how we can accomplish this in DaVinci Resolve. We have this footage here and you can see there is colors all over the place in here. Let's take a look at the shirt. I'm going to use the eyedropper, select that color. At the bottom it's selected the red. Now what we're going to do is go to Hue Rotate. If you look over on the vector scope on the right hand side, it's in the red area. Now if I use Hue Rotate, you'll see where it moves over. Now it's more towards the orange. I'm going to toggle that off and on. You'll notice where it's turning from the red to the orange. Now let's focus more on the blue. We'll actually just come down to the blue. We'll focus on the vector scope. Blue is off to the right side there. We'll choose the Hue Rotate, and now we're going to move that more towards cyan. Now let's focus on the green. We'll select green at the bottom. I'll make sure the green is selected. It will be the circle with the hole in the middle, and I'm going to use Hue Rotate. And we're going to slide this one a little bit more over to cyan. Now if this scene had grass in it, I wouldn't necessarily do that, but it works in this case. Now you see in this example I've made a lot more adjustments, and where I've started to push the colors more towards each other. Having said that, you'll notice that the whites are still white, the blacks are still black. And in our vector scope, that's right in the middle. So let's take one last look at the footage. You'll see where we have bright reds and bright oranges. But now if we toggle it off and on, we'll have a shirt that more matches the skin color and the food, and we'll have all the blues that are pushing towards that teal cyan color. But hey, if you guys prefer to not go through that process, I've actually included a link to a LUT in the description below. Two things I will mention is if there are any people in your scene, you still may want to adjust the skin tones a little. And as with most other LUTs, you want to white balance your footage first. One last thing, after this video, head on over to the Basic Filmmaker University. I'm coming out with a course and it's being completed as we speak. If you've ever watched any of my videos and thought that you still needed a refresher on the basics of color correction and color grading, this course is for you. Even if you've never color corrected or color graded before, this course will teach you from the ground up, from importing your footage, to correcting, to grading. And after I've taught you all the basics, I'll run you through a real-world example. As always, thanks for watching. Again, all my socials are in the description below. Head over to the Basic Filmmaker University and you'll be notified when the course comes out. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.